Welcome to Nani Talks, the anime podcast for the Mandem. I'm your host, TC The Vision.
The Quantum One, Tunes, Slip.
I'm JR.
Ikuze! Alright then, Mandem. So, to break the ice first, let's talk about like the actual Nani moments, yeah? Like, what is the first anime that you can remember that you was like, what the hell is going on here?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's dope.
Who's going first? Yeah?
It's not what I can first remember. The most recent anime that I've watched that had me that what is damn that.
Should we give both? Should we give like a recent one and then like one of our first memories of where we was like, what the hell?
No, see, but when we see with Dan, it's like, bro, why is the anime about moves?
It is a bit much, isn't it?
It works though. It actually works.
I don't know if it works.
No, it does. It does.
It only works because they stopped focusing on balls.
Bro, he's searching for his balls back.
That's the main story.
Fair.
Balls got taken, bro. They're searching for my man's balls. Now,
But they kind of dumbed it down a little bit afterwards. Like the first couple episodes,
After you got one
it
test,
was heavy on the balls. It was heavy on the balls. It was heavy on the balls.
Golden ball. Tell Granny talking about gobbling my man's. You know what I mean?
you're the aliens coming for bananas and
But then.
Bagging Granny.
So okay, cool. All right, next up.
Wait, so are we then?
You can do.
Doing recent and old.
If you got both.
Alright, what if you got both?
If you got both, run it.
Alright, cool.
You wanna go old quickly?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if anybody's seen it. Well, let me know. Devilman Crybaby.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I have.
watched
Wait.
that one in uni,
Yeah.
But my brethren forced me to basically watch it because he's like, bro, this anime here is shit. So I watched it. It's long story short, normal you turns into the devil and just starts causing mayhem throughout the school, and then it escalates to basically the world, isn't it? Yeah, he grew up with a brother. I think if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was his adopted brother or stepbrother. And yeah, there's a lot of mayhem, a lot of killing, a lot of going on. Club scenes, you got a guy getting beat in the club, and yeah, man.
Okay. That was. And how old was you?
I was in uni, so what?
I see you was of age. You was of age. You was cool. You was about it.
Yeah.
You was about it.
It's not.
Yeah. What you saying then, Junior? What you got first?
For me, probably my first what the hell moment in anime, as a young kid, was probably watching the likes of Dragon Ball Z and One Piece. Both times I see both of them, I just thought, what the hell is going on? Like, you got guys in Dragon Ball Z just destroying the Earth and planets like it's nothing. And in One Piece, you just got a man throwing his arm 20 meters. You know what I mean? And as a young kid, I was just like, it got me hooked. So that for me was my earliest memory of being like, what the hell am I actually watching? Because I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
Prior to that, I'd never seen anything like it, but it got me hooked because it was so different. And that's kind of like the first introduction into anime, I would say.
And then what about present?
Present, what the hell moment. Recently I read a manga called Gyo. I don't know if any of you have read it.
Gyo?
Like Gyo, Gyo. It's by an author called Junji Ito.
I haven't read it.
So it's pretty messed up. It's pretty short. There's not many chapters. I think maybe, I can't remember exactly how many, but it's not 100 chapters. And it's basically about, without revealing too much, it's about a guy that goes to, I believe he goes to Okinawa.
Give it the Mandem swag though. Give it the Mandem swag. Explain it to the Mandem.
Whoa.
Man's on the op block.
my man tries to take his babes for a nice vacation, but the vacation goes very, 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 very wrong.
Okay.
Because basically
the next side thing come up.
Not even that, bro. It's all going well with his girl and that, and they're just chilling, but the fish start coming out of the sea and they've got legs.
Okay.
Like spider legs.
Mad.
And no one knows what
It's
the hell's going
a
on.
horror
It's a horror thing, and it's quite gory. But from that point, it just gets mad and worse and worse and worse and worse.
I'm not even gonna lie. I try to stay away from the horror team.
No, but that's really good. Go on, bro. No, go on.
Going back to what you
No, I was go on.
also anime about One Piece. The One Piece moment that made me say, "What?" Like this shit touched me is when Ace died. Listen,
I feel like that's like universally the what the fuck moment. Like that was like I didn't even know people died in One Piece until that moment.
Yeah, I was more like what the my white bit.
Yeah.
By the way, just quickly, real quick.
I don't do
These
this.
two.
Don't do this now.
For me. Big introductions.
Listen.
To anime. Don't get me wrong. I watched it early on, but that was like One Piece locked me in.
Sometimes, no, but you have to take the L sometimes as the little bro.
No,
at the time, it was what it was.
He didn't want to see you cry, so
We had to prepare you.
He prepared you. I shed a tear. And when it started, I came his arm to frame. I said, what is this? Is he gonna come back? Everyone comes back in One Piece. Is he gonna come back?
Alright, hold on. Let's run it with Chris now. What are you saying?
So have you man seen Wicked City?
Wicked City.
Back in the day.
Nah. How old is that?
I knew he was gonna. You said
talking?
Adult Swim. It is Adult Swim, isn't it?
It was like borderline, man. I was still about 11, and it was like
okay.
This was when anime started coming on the scene in the UK. Late night, and I didn't know what to expect, but boy, all I see is this man meet this woman in a bar, and then obviously like now they're having sex, right? And then all of a sudden, this woman's boom now opens up.
Oh,
big old spider.
Oh,
Tried to eat up this man.
You didn't even watch chicks after that again.
I said he was ready with the teeth.
I was like, oh, get this strap. Making sure mum and dad aren't there. And I'm like, wow, this is something else. And then I was hooked since then.
I said, hold on a second.
Chris and people probably know, anime actually got between the old school that actually got right into it. Ninja Scroll.
Ninja Scroll was that was.
Scroll.
Listen, if you grew up on Ninja Scroll, you're a real one. You're a real one. Ninja Scroll is
that one there.
I'm gonna throw two out there.
For kids.
I'm
watching it.
gonna throw two out there. Yeah, I'm gonna say the first anime that made me think like, what the fuck am I watching here? Is Akira.
Oh yeah.
That was Akira. Was that I was at your house watching Akira with your mum and your dad, yeah, and you and Jay, and then we're sitting there now, and I'm just seeing all these people just start combusting, and I'm like, right, this is all mad, and it's proper graphic and that, right?
Yeah,
so I'm like,
very.
So I'm like, okay, cool. So that was number one. And then I think my second moment where I thought anime is a bit mad, but I've never deeped it like it was actually mad. To the point where it was like, I'm sitting there with my son now and I'm watching Dragon Ball and I'm thinking, this is the time I'm gonna show my son. My son's 5, he's ready to watch this, yeah? Sitting down there, we're watching it now. My man turns to me now and she's in the shower. Boma's in the shower.
Oh, Dragon Ball, man.
And I'm like, wait, son. Yeah. Not just yet, son. Not just yet, son.
Dragon Ball, man.
Too
Dragon
soon.
Ball was perverted.
I didn't even deep it like
Dragon
that.
Ball was perverted, bro.
Bro.
Every episode he's on the bottom of skirt.
Bro, I had to just, you just had to just bring it back to Pokemon real quick.
Yeah.
I was like, soon come, son. Soon come.
I'm not even, you don't already know, it's not like I'm up to date or into Dragon Ball like that. But one thing I always think about from when I watched it from young was how Vegeta just took Moma from Yamcha. And my man's he's been forgotten about.
Yamcha was a universal victim.
Universal
of Dragon Ball.
He definitely was. He's like the meme, innit? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's just usually like, bro, you've come on the scene. Well, you've been on the scene. New man have come on the scene.
Yeah.
He was on smoke in Dragon Ball. On Dragon Ball, he was on smoke.
Yamcha.
He was on smoke in Dragon Ball.
Is it smoke?
He was on
he was on limited. But in Dragon Ball, Yamcha was somebody.
In Dragon Ball, Yamcha is
he was somebody,
bro. That was peak. Like Yamcha's actually on smoke.
He was somebody. Goku had to use him as a stepping stone. Still, he had to use him as a stepping stone.
He was Earth's strongest, and then it got to a point where they was way stronger than Earth's strongest.
Is what it is.
Chris was stronger. Tien was stronger. Yeah. Listen, Torium is still a great Yamcha.
Alright, so then let's take a moment. Let's take a moment. Let's go round, and if we start with Chris, how did you get into anime? Or what? Firstly, I think rather than wording that, let me switch this around. Why is it that how old are you now?
42.
Ross, man,
What
it's not
makes you still stick with anime?
42, bro.
Why are you here? What made you get there?
It was just something totally different to what I was watching before. Like, as a kid, Transformers was cool, but then you had the He-Man and all of that other stuff. And then one day, Ghost in the Shop came on the TV. Now, I was already a little bit of a sci-fi buff as a kid with my mum and dad.
Star Trek,
But
all
when
of that,
I
innit?
saw Ghost in the Shop, it just sent shivers down my spine because I ain't seen nothing like it. And it was made in early 1990s. And I thought,
People don't realize Ghost in the Shell still OP now.
Serious thing.
Yeah.
This is the best animation I've ever seen. And it captivated me. And the next thing you know, I'm getting my dad to take me to Bond Street, HMV, Perfect Blue, getting Perfect Blue posters, Ghost in the Shell.
I remember that poster still.
With anime stuff, right? And then Dragon Ball Z. Another one. Every day I'm rushing home from school.
The 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
And it just captivated me.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
And then it just went on from there. Outlaw Star, Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
I said, oh my God, I have to go to where this stuff is made, the motherland, right? Japan. I have to go because this stuff just speaks to me. You know, speaks to me. So ever since then, I just kept on going. I mean, it has kind of changed. It's not like how it was back then, and I do miss that. But it's still got that thing that keeps me here.
Everybody turns around and they say anime is for kids, cartoon. Why is it not cartoon? Firstly, what's the difference between anime and cartoon? For the grown-ups out there, why is it that give them a reason why they from your perspective, why are you still locked in as an adult?
Because it still applies. A lot of what they write about still applies to my life, the struggles that I'm having to go through. I'm constantly going through training arcs. You know what I mean? I'm constantly trying to be the hero.
Bro, life is a whole training arc.
Life is a training
You know
arc.
what I mean?
Trust.
So it speaks to me on so many different levels. So I still watch it because it's relevant.
Still vibing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, for me personally, at the time, I didn't know it was anime, but when Toonami used to come on Cartoon Network, Gundam Wing, Dragon Ball
Toonami,
Z,
Jetix.
Do you know what's mad? Yeah, Toonami isn't given the props that it needs to be given.
Toonami
Put man on. But would you say Toonami was actually your was that your real come into
No,
the?
just obviously at the time I didn't know what anime was.
Because I feel like Toonami was the warm up.
Yeah, I said just warm up.
Yeah.
The first anime that I binged weekly was Naruto. That was the first anime that I binged weekly. Every week I'm cool, I'm doing this. And that's the first time I watched in subs. Everything else before that was dubbed. And I realized, this is to this day.
To this day.
I will not watch dubbed.
Yeah.
No.
Some dub anime, that's not anime, that's cartoon. Bro will fully come in the room and be like, what is this? What are you doing, bro? Put it on sub.
What are you saying? You watching dub?
No, basically when I first started Naruto.
No, the ones where you just admitted the crime. Go on.
Trees walked in like this.
I said, I shook my head, I said, better than that. I started watching
I can see the comments
when I was
already.
in college, yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then my coursework.
Okay. Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Dubbed when you're doing it is okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because otherwise, how man can't watch it.
I just don't watch it when I'm busy.
Was way better.
Dragon Ball Z dub is the only dub that's alright.
Yes.
That's
the only one.
Cowboy Bebop dubbed, I back that. Cowboy Bebop dubbed was alright.
Old school. Anything new, I can't watch that.
No, I can't. You're right.
I'll be real. The Naruto dub wasn't actually that bad. Bear in mind, even now.
Naruto's
Sasuke, don't leave. No. Come on.
I'm talking about my start here, you know.
You know what I mean?
My start, but I was doing instead of pass college, I passed. And I still got to watch anime. If anything, that shows how much anime captivated me.
No, I hear. But go on. Run it. Let us know.
No, that's the only reason. But for me, my first introduction to anime was I was watching Bleach on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I was asking Ryan, Like, bro, like, how do I get to the next episode? He's like, bro, just gotta find.
Go find it. You know what?
It wasn't something.
You want more? You gotta go allow the dick.
Man, he fully knew the website as well. Like, he fully knew the website.
I'm there watching it. They'll get to certain points, and I'm trying to find the episode, but I can't find it. This is not there, so I might have to skip episode and watch the next one. What's the next thing?
This was it back in the day. You couldn't find it. You have to go.
Another anime that really brought me in.
Do you know what it is as well, yeah? I'm just going to also say as well, yeah? Back then, thank God for LimeWire.
Oh,
let's have a moment of silence for LimeWire because without LimeWire, there was no anime scene for the English man.
there wasn't nothing, fam.
There was
Without
no
LimeWire.
in Britain. We weren't getting that kind of vibe, right? So yeah. So R.I.P. to Ryan, it served its purpose to us. Yeah, listen.
I think you got something. You got Trojan cuts.
Listen, sorry, Steve. Go on.
The other anime that really brought me in, and at the time it's because I was doing boxing. As a young individual, I was like, I want to look at something that I'm doing that kind of brings me in. And it was this one right here.
You done know? Hajima? Yeah, you done know?
I said, that's the one. And literally, yeah, man, watching my man, don't get me wrong, I was never a victim in school. Never. But seeing...
Just to clarify.
Seeing my man be a victim and turn from a victim to basically being a champ.
World champ, yeah.
Smoking the bullies, I was like, I can fuck with this.
Still running today.
Yeah, and the fact that he was inspired by Mike, when I found out, it was even better.
Yeah, respect to hip-hop, man.
So yeah, man, that one there.
Over 1,000 chapters still going, man.
Bro, it's still going now, man. The coach now.
Do you know what's mad? I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like that's the one manga. That's the one manga that I've let myself down on because I need to actually pattern.
Yeah, no, sir. But this, so see, other than
don't do spoil.
I'm saying, see, other than the Detective Conan, that's the longest running manga. Other than
yeah.
But the Detective Conan, I've never read it, but that's just I don't know.
For me, like my introduction was One Piece and Naruto. I mean, obviously, my first introduction was Dragon Ball from my uncle, my cousin, older than me, obviously, but they used to bang Dragon Ball. Like, they don't really even watch anime like that, but Dragon Ball is their bag. Like, they just love that. So they got me onto that. And at the time, I was feeling it, but I wasn't feeling it too tough. I was watching it here and there, like as a young boy, basically with them. And then, like you say, we spoke about Tsunami, Jetix. Like for me at that point, I was in like primary to secondary school. I see One Piece was the first thing I watched, and it was like, wow, like what is going on here? Like I said earlier, I was thinking, what the hell's going on? I'm watching man sling his arm, watching man throw 100 punches in 2 seconds. I'm thinking, what? I was gassed. I was like, it's like this for a young kid. And then I seen Naruto as well. And then, from time I was seeing Naruto beef, Sasuke beef, Kakashi beef, I was seeing Rock Lee, like all these guys, I was thinking, like this is me, like this is me. And then from there, I kind of got to a point where there's only so much anime you could watch on TV back then that will satisfy your taste, you know what I mean? Like you watch like something and you'll be like, I want to know what happens next.
Right.
You know what I mean? And back then, we didn't have laptops. You had one computer in the crib, it was in the corner, and you could use it one at a time, and I had to beef my brother to get on the computer, bro. You know what I mean? So from that point, I started searching up anime, found my first website.
This is what I like hearing about the grind that everybody had to go through to actually watch anime. Because I feel like everybody that's coming into anime now, like the acts like
easy, man.
Like people talk about there not being enough access to anime now, but they have no idea, yeah. And it's like for myself, I've come to Chris's house now, and I'm sitting there, and he's put on Naruto. So I'm sitting there, and man's like, I'm like, what, bro? What's this? This is sick. Like, watch one episode, on the next episode. Then when you get that dreaded one, mum's like, it's time to go, and I'm like, Chris is like, go see if you got like another 5 minutes. I'll run the DVD. So I'm like, yo, so man's managed to, Chris, for those who don't know, yeah, the quantum one, he's the computer guy, yeah. This guy had me taking apart my Mac from young, yeah. So imagine now, he's run me like, what was it? Like, I think he ran me like 132 episodes or something like that. Listen, bro, 132 episodes of Naruto, yeah. I've gone home now, summer holidays, yeah. I've moved my computer from upstairs to downstairs, dining room, right next to the fridge. Blanket, feet up on the table. Ooh, feet up on the table. I'm nice, yeah. So now I'm just sitting there watching it, bro. Forget about it. Couldn't see me. Nobody saw me that summer holidays.
He's inside, locked in.
Yeah, bro. Don't come knock for me. What are you knocking for me for?
So how about
Yeah.
how about you mentioned remind me? So in school, yeah, our best friend was Chinese, yeah. So but I'm talking about Chinese, like his parents didn't speak a word of English, yeah.
Okay.
So I went to his house, bro. Man's watching the Dragon Ball Z DVDs, you know, like all the films that man's never seen before in Japanese, but everyone's saying. My man's translating for me.
Solid.
He's giving me DVDs to take home, yeah. I'm just watching it to see the fight.
Yeah. But that's sometimes.
I don't know what's going on.
Sometimes that's all you need to see in the anime.
Bro was like, take his DVDs home. Man gave all Dragon Ball Z films, yeah. Not one subtitle. One subtitle.
Right.
With vibes. It's kind of vibes.
Nah, I respect it. I
First time
respect
I
it.
saw Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 5,
Yeah.
she goes to 4. I was like, what is this? I went to
First
4.
time I saw Super Saiyan was just like, oh shit.
Bro.
I was like, oh yeah.
Bro.
Hey, no, episode before. Next time on Dragon Ball Z, you see Goku.
No, listen. No, but that was 5 episodes. That was 5 episodes. 5 episodes of powering up.
I couldn't believe it. What do you mean?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah, with Dragon Ball Z, I didn't see the transformation until I decided to go back and watch Dragon Ball Z again, because when it was on Toonami,
I saw it live and direct.
it done 5 episodes of powering up. I was like, no. I give up.
The first thing that gassed me with Dragon Ball was the Cell games. That was the first thing I see with Dragon Ball. I was like, wow.
Yeah. The Cell games is dope.
I was like, wow,
Cell
this
games
is
dope.
actually when these men are fighting. Yeah,
I never
I'm
got
involved.
into Dragon Ball like that, but the one person that I just from young thought was cold was Trunks. Only because he come through with the sword. He come from the future talking about I was like, you know what? So early on, I got to see the early story, but as it progressed, future Trunks came through with a sword. What do you mean? Goku about to get mashed up, man's come through the portal.
For the record, like, so Dragon Ball is like, I would say, like the progenitor of most of, well, it's a progenitor of like the big three and then anime that come after that. So who was everyone's favorite character in Dragon Ball?
I was gonna say, who's everyone's big three? The big three varies.
No, there's only one big three.
No,
and Dragon Ball's not in it. It's
Yeah.
One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto. That's the big three.
That is it.
That's universal.
That is it. All these other conversations, they're just conversations.
Alright, so
That's literally
who said the new big three is?
I don't think there is. I don't think there
I
is.
think there's a new.
I don't think there
You
is.
can't replace
I don't think there is. But
No,
no.
you can't. Bro, there's a new generation.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I think that you can't say that it's the big three until it actually completes. Because if we get another situation like My Hero Academia, there's going to be a problem.
Well, I'll say Demon Slayer is part of the new big three. Though.
Okay, cool. I can run with that one. That one I can run with. That one I can run with. But only because that innovated. That's the first one that innovated the space. Let's run it back to the anime and adulthood kind of vibe, right? So I'm gonna run it back with you, Chief, yeah. Let the people know why. How are you at the age of how old are you now?
35.
35. Why is it like? Because essentially, like, if you actually deep it, a lot of people see watching anime like watching WWF.
Yeah, it's not fake.
Do you know that?
I love that.
Do you know? I'm just imagining people that hate you right now. That's how I'm busting up. I'm like,
It's my face.
The rest of us are coming.
wait, I haven't even got through the question. Alright, so how and why are you still in the anime scene at the age of 35? Like, what makes anime still viable for you as a 35-year-old
Not
man?
everyone that's here knows anime is life. It's like once you actually deep it and take it, like Chris said, there's so much life lessons, other stuff in it. It's more than a cartoon. Like, it's not cartoon. When people say, "Oh, anime is cartoon," I say, you let your child with someone's head get chopped off and stabbed up 100 times. You tell me if you want your child to watch that. No, but I watch it.
So there is a difference. There is a clear difference between anime and cartoon.
100%, major difference.
So for the adults out there that are like, you man are just watching grown cartoons, what's the difference?
You have to watch it for themselves. Like,
But I mean, give them that insight. Like, what do you see?
So the difference between anime and cartoons is for children. Like, yeah, they might have like a couple adult concepts in it, but cartoons are initially made for children.
So first off, there's no blood in the cartoon.
And anime is just a genre that is animated. Yeah. Like the animes that are 18, 15 plus. Like, you're not gonna let your youth watch it. Like, just because it's in a cartoon format is animation. Like, it's anime. Like, and that's what people understand. Animation and anime is two different things. Like, two completely different things. And if you actually deep it and take it in, like Chris was saying, the concepts in some anime will teach you serious life lessons. Like, you have to work hard. You're gonna take L's. You're gonna get punched in the face. Like, you get punched in the face in life. You get up and you move on. And this is it. Like, this is literally what anime is about. It's like, yeah, there might be bad anime. What I say to people is the same way as TV series, there's an anime for everyone. If you like flipping football, it's an anime for you. If you like basketball, it's an anime for you. If you like someone saying punch in the face, it's anime for you. It's anime for everyone.
You like the ones that they get punched in the face?
Of course I do. That's my favourite. Of course I do. Of course I do. Violence. Straight violence.
I think we need a word count to get punched in the face.
If anyone wants haiku, slap the ball. Volleyball.
What are you saying? You're not feeling haiku? What are you saying? You're not feeling haiku?
I'm not.
Come on, man.
This is the point, though.
What are you saying? What are you saying, Jeff? What are you saying, Jeff?
They don't rate the sport anime, man. It's cool.
No, I do.
No,
Blue Lock is hard.
Yeah, because
Blue Lock is hard. Blue Lock is hard. Yeah, Ace of Diamonds is hard. Ace of Diamonds is hard. I watch sports anime. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie.
Just volleyball is not fun.
Bro, it's a girl sport.
Nah.
Oh, it's a girl sport.
I'm not even backing that because Haikyuu was actually pretty. So have you watched Haikyuu?
So what are you saying about Kuroko basket then?
Of course, it's hard.
Kuroko.
What about like the likes of like Blue Lock and Inazuma and then
Yeah, bro, Inazuma.
just Haikyuu, just not
it's
regular.
volleyball.
So you're basically saying with the footballs or
The basketball.
What's the
Bro,
difference
volleyball is a girl sport. What's
Me
it?
and bro was having a chat earlier, and he brought up the origins of how Blue Lock was able to even run because galactic football.
Yeah, bro, you know about galactic football. Come on, that was hard.
100%.
Even be made, bro.
Yeah,
But then see them
You know
times,
like a breath.
but then see them times there when they brought out that, like,
Inazuma
again, I'm not
11.
even too sure if
Inazuma 11
but is it anime? Because when I was that young and I was seeing certain things come up, I'm looking at it like cartoons.
That's a cartoon.
Even Ultimate Muscle, that's anime, but I looked at it like it was a cartoon.
I'm not
Big
gonna
up
lie,
Tex.
Kenny Kuma.
Big up
I'm not gonna
Tex.
lie. I can't.
Oh, muscle's hard. Kenny Kuma, what do you mean, bro?
But now, see, he still watches it, innit?
The new season's
They've
out,
made
bro.
it so it's more adult-like.
What do you
So like,
mean?
man,
Is
seeing, man,
Bro,
man, are dying.
man's getting chopped up in that, bro.
Man,
It's chopped up though, but it's still.
Bro, the limbs and body blood everywhere, bro. It's still one, bro.
It's still like I don't know. It just feels a bit parody to
What do
me.
you mean, WWE?
it's comedic, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the whole situation with the parody thing for me amuses me. Like, you know,
But it's not parody, though.
nah, it's a parody.
So then how Sakamoto days?
Sakamoto is a parody. Sakamoto is a parody.
It's slice of life. It's slice of life. It is. No, it is a slice of life, bro. There's
I don't know
action in it.
if it's a slice of assassin life.
It's a slice of life.
It's definitely a slice of somebody's.
No, the thing is, see, Sakamoto Days, is more comedy than action.
It's comedy, yeah.
It's way more comedy.
You can't watch
It's like
Sakamoto Days
70%
thinking
comedy and
action's
30% action.
Alright, cool. Alright, let's bring it back. Slick. What makes you and just for the audience knows that how old are you?
26.
So as a 26-year-old man, we know how you've got here, but why is it that you feel like anime is still a viable thing for you now that you're beyond the ages of teenager?
Alright.
Why is anime still locking in for you?
So definitely life lessons. You know what I mean? Like, even if I want to go there, One Piece, you know what I mean? And the suck them. Luffy, just in general himself, I know enough people like One Piece, whatever, but my reasoning for it is you got a young boy who ventures out into the world, and before he even knows what's out there, he's telling everyone, that's what I'm gonna go do. I'm looking at it like he's mad and crazy. He's just optimistic.
Saying
On all levels.
man's running his wheels of attraction.
On all levels. And then, what I really like about it too, don't get me wrong, stay on topic, but I grew up watching a lot of things that I may have not been watching, I shouldn't have been watching, but like a lot of mafia stuff, and things that I really like is loyal characters. And his crew around him, like man like Zoro, favourite character of anime all the time, to be fair for myself, but
I come back there.
Zoro, bro, man's loyal to the soul, to the point where even when you got man like, what's Usopp, moving mad to the captain saying, you know what, I'm not trying to do this.
I know what you're talking. I know what scene.
Yeah, bro.
When five minutes ago, when man comes back and he says, "Let's have the road," man, and say,
yeah, he said, don't do that. Basically, don't do that again.
That's the goat, yeah.
That's some real stuff.
You remember Kuma took Luffy's pain? And
Bro, man,
bro. And man stood and took all the links, bro, and we're taking for my captain.
That was past.
Goat,
Then I said nothing.
Kuma took all the pain from Luffy. Zoro said, give it to me. Give it to me for my captain.
Do you know what's
Goat.
I feel that that's what's made One Piece where it needs to be, because there's so many scenes in that moment where you just have to feel that emotion.
Yeah.
You have to feel that emotion. I feel that One Piece is like that.
The only anime that makes man feel that.
Yeah,
100%. 100%. That's what I'm saying. It's even older.
And I feel like that's the one thing. That's the one thing that I find in Japanese manga. It's a bit more about the fighting than it is about the characters.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like that the character thing, and we're gonna get to that, but I feel like
yes.
the character thing is more like a manual kind of vibe, like when you're talking about character development and how you really get to feel that kind of essence of a character.
It's the emotion, innit?
See One Piece, yeah? One Piece character development is insane. It's like you never know what's coming. It's like the most wimpiest, dumbest character has the maddest glow up. It's just like, how does it come from? And the maddest thing is, One Piece just don't just do it out of nowhere. They give you a whole concept behind it, a whole build up, everything. It's like, yeah, this person might have been and for Kobe, for example, look at Kobe. Kobe had nothing, bro. Kobe was a wimp. Look at him now. What do you mean impact? What do you mean the impact? Yeah? Younger God. You're smoke. You're dumb.
To even like bring it back to what you're talking about, like as an adult, what makes me like tune into like certain animes. And I think what people sort of forget in day-to-day life, to touch on a more serious note, is people forget that you need people. And I feel like even One Piece will show that Luffy's never in this ride, it's just me. I've got gear 5, it's me. He's got his crew. And that's why he cares for them as much as they do, because he knows that he needs them. And in life in general, you need people to grow. You know what I mean? So I think, yeah man, there's proper topics there. And don't get me wrong, cartoons may touch on certain things. But like Trin said, you don't see cartoons touch on, you know what I mean, real life topics and levels. And at the same time, there's smoke that cartoons ain't allowed to have, you know what I mean?
What do you think about, and I mean, I'm gonna pass it to Junior. So, what do you think about the whole, like, somebody who watches that, who sit there and watch like a bag of Netflix, a bag of Amazon Prime TV series, but they'll turn their nose up at like an anime.
Just people, I would say people are just not fully open-minded. It's the thing. Like, I mean, like those kind of people that would like turn their nose up without giving it a chance, they just kind of paint it with the same brush and being like, oh, it's cartoon, but like.
So let's just say now, let's just say now, like it's because you're right. It's definitely a cultural thing, and it's about like how open-minded you are. But let's just say now, I watch Netflix. I heavily with Squid Games, and I'm like all the other Netflix originals. Like, what do you recommend?
Well, if you like the game shows or like something like that's gonna give you twists and turns, like there's, like I said, there's relative. If I were to recommend something, if you say, for example, you said, "Oh, I like Squid Game," I want something that's kind of similar to Squid Game, then you could go and watch like Medaka Box. Or like
Tamagotchi
games, another good one. Yes, like there's animes that have that same concept. It's just taking the time to find what you like, or having someone there that's going to reference something that you might like to give you that introduction into that world. And some people, like for us, we kind of see something and then we went off our own back and found that drive. But for some people, but they're not as open-minded to it, they're not willing to go and do that. So they might just need a helping hand. Like my older brother, he's 31. I've been telling him to watch anime my whole life, and he's been watching me watch anime my whole life. He's never been involved. And just like 2 weeks ago, he just started Naruto.
Swear.
And now he's like 200 episodes now. He's like, this is Nani.
Swear.
I'm like, bro, you don't even know what should be doing it. But, you know, Naruto's dead, bro. What you get stupid on the way? You know what I mean? Rocky's on the way. He's like, bro, we just got mad.
Still my favorite.
What do you mean? Man went.
You know what I mean?
I feel like that is my most memorable thing of Naruto.
I said to everyone, see on Naruto, Rocky's my favorite character. Rocky's my favorite character.
Anybody that got in the win.
Yeah, but you're bro.
And
It's gotta be dog. And for anyone watching, you gotta understand that Naruto's like literally the equivalent of you sitting there and decide to watch Marvel from the beginning of everybody's come up story, origin story, and then you get to Endgame. And then that's what happens is now you've got the Great Ninja War. And Endgame is the Great Ninja War.
It's like, I would say Marvel, the original origin stories is like Naruto, but then when you go to watch the Avengers, that's like Shippuden.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like everything starts coming together.
See, Shippuden said, Vexing and said, bro, how was Rocky on smoking and I just forgot about him completely and Shippuden. Like, complete. And then Boruto, he's no one. Guy says this is a bullshit. I can't believe it.
Yeah, but
Guy says this is a bullshit. I'm like, what's going on?
that is time, man.
Can someone
From the
put on
gates.
Broccoli?
Them gates, bro.
Someone break down Broccoli.
Huh?
Like why Broccoli so sick?
Bro, Rocky,
Why is Broccoli so sick?
Because think about it, he has got no jujitsu, like,
Genjutsu.
no genjutsu.
Rocky's us.
Yeah. He throws hands and he's good at it. He throws hands and he's good at it. What do you mean?
Rocky,
no one could beat. No one.
I'm not gonna lie.
Man said the impenetrable defense. Man took his ankle weights off. I said he got ankle weights on. Man said, what do you mean?
Rock Lee had me doing Leave Hurricane in school. Bro.
Yeah.
Had me in the field doing
Leave Hurricane. It's a sweep, man. It's a sweep. It's a low kick.
So for myself, I'd say that like my whole situation is that like, as an adult, I find that you come against like a ton of different things that watching one simple training arc within like an anime will show you how you persevere and how you move forward. Do you get me? And for me, it's like every little situation that I've been in life, whether or not it's been like, you know, like when we was training, like them training arcs, like for those that don't know, me and Junior and JR was in a calisthenics team, and we trained, like we was training 7 days a week, and we never touched weights. It was all just like bodyweight stuff. And I was one of the head coaches there, like Grace behind the camera, he was one of the head coaches there, and we had like a team of 14 athletes with a bunch of other people, right? Now we took that, and for me, people will come to me and like, you man will probably attest to it, yeah? You don't get to the garden and they'll be like, what's the workout? And the workout will be mad. Little do you man know. I've got some anime that's just said, yeah.
Do you know what it all makes sense now?
Bro, you know what I mean?
Actually, it all makes sense now.
Do you know what I mean?
That whole thing makes sense.
And there's just a whiteboard.
Do you know what?
And it's got a set.
Do you know what?
The maddest thing, and this is one thing.
500 pull-ups.
But wait,
1,000 reps Sunday.
But you're not doing it.
But wait, One Punch Man's reps was light for us. That was light for us.
Squats.
That was light for us. What was that?
Then 1,000 reps Sundays.
Bro, man in the garden doing 1,000 reps, you know, in a day, like,
A few hours.
Your MC could never, yeah, like. But this is how we dealt with life, yeah, like as real men, and it's like then. Not only that, it was like then I went into boxing and I found Hajime Ippo and I was like, you guys are, yeah, I'm smoking everyone. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
anime is the reason why I ban calisthenics. What do you mean? You can do one on pull up. No one, but I can.
Well, what I would say, like going back to the main point for anime, there really is something for everyone in every sense of life. Whether you're like a fitness guy, someone just living a normal life, slice of life, whether you're a salaryman that goes to
depression,
work, whether you're depressed,
mental health.
Like, there's literally something for everyone, like shonen, seinen, like it literally just depends what you like. And taking your time to find what's right for you.
And I'm gonna put this on you because I know you're the best guy to break this down. Yeah. Okay. So there's a few little genres in anime that you can just break down in order to be like, if you're into this, go over here. If you're into this, so what's it? Isekai.
Isekai. Isekai is well, we had this discussion, didn't we?
The death of animals.
Well, Isekai is the new age slop anime, and that's like, you've got good isekais. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty good isekais.
Ricard is a slime.
Yeah.
Shield Hero.
Rise of the Shield Hero. Shield Hero is good. Shield Hero is good.
No, Time of Ricard is a slime.
Just and I want to establish that there's top grade and then there's B tier.
Yeah, there's slop. B tier. That's what I'm saying.
But B tier is Shield Hero.
See if I'm gonna talk.
Don't think.
No, Shield Hero is sick, bro.
B plus.
Sick for
That's
what?
like
B plus. A bunch plus.
This is the thing.
It's not quite A, but B plus.
From the moment, yeah, that the main thing that we're focused on is how much gal is rolling around with. It's B tier. Come on.
Yeah. No, don't say that. There's harem anime that actually good.
No.
That's good. No, there are.
No, but see,
have you watched Eminence in Shadow?
Wait,
Eminence in Shadow.
Yeah, Eminence in Shadow.
No, that's a harem, but it's actually good.
Are we saying, bro, see, are we saying, the one I'm about to say, is this a part of it? It's so level and counting as well.
No, it's not, because Isekai is down, come back.
No, I hear that.
No, different.
Only reason why does it have to be
wait, that's not true.
Because man,
Is that true? Does it have to be a different universe?
Different world.
It's a different world.
Different world.
No, fine. That's cool. Only because I know parts of it.
Because even now, I started watching some things.
One second.
Can we let Junior answer the question? Did you answer?
Which ones? I forgot. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
So we said Isekai, so keep going. Yeah. Let's not say
Yeah, so Isekai is basically, any kind of rebirth into another world or universe with a character that was previously just typically in like Tokyo, obviously because anime is typically set in Tokyo. They might die, or they might just wake up, or they might go through some kind of change or transition where they find themselves elsewhere and then they have a different life. And they go through different things.
Slice of life.
Slice of life is your average. Yeah, it would be like something relatable, was closely, in my opinion, relatable to your life. So it would be someone that's either going to work, or they've got misses, or people going to school, and it's just about following them through their steps of their daily life, their ups, their downs, the good things, the bad things, and then
I feel like the slice of life as well, and I tend to find that like a lot of females will be into like the slice of life. And whatnot. So there's a lot more drama. Yeah, you've got a lot more drama. You're seeing things that are, it's not about the action. It's more about like what happens.
It's more set in the real world, so there's less fantasy and stuff.
There's a slice of life for a musician. There's a slice of life for doctors, nurses, lawyers.
I put that as
Every 100%.
Yeah.
One of my favorite slice of life animes is Steins Gate.
Steins Gate.
Very don't get the praise it deserves. It's a short anime, but it's very
so they said this anime for everyone. Like, someone that even like go gym or works out. Magical muscle.
Well, I think the number one for someone that works out would be hip hop.
Yeah.
But there's one anime for me, like when I started training, it took it to another level, was History's Strongest Disciple. For me, that used to gas.
Yeah, 100%. But if you haven't seen Magical Muscle, it's like basically One Punch Man meets Harry Potter.
Effectively.
Yeah. So it's like everyone in the universe has got magic except my man. He just goes gym.
But you see, the only thing though with Mashley, is that I'm like, it's a parody again.
It's got comedy.
It's slice of life.
No, it's comedy.
Similar to what One Punch Man was.
It's a parody.
Yeah.
It's a parody of Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter and One Punch Man.
It's basically saying if I'm a gym, I could smoke everybody.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But yeah, alright, cool. Are there any other recommendations for like? I know there's like let's not focus on like action or adventure.
Personally,
is there any other genres?
But like more talk about genres, like don't just talk about like normal genres like action.
I was saying, me personally, if I was to make someone start anime now, like I was saying earlier, I make someone watch Attack on Titan. It's got everything.
Do you know though? Your art asking someone to really tune in, lock in. You haven't watched anime before, have you never seen something? Otherwise, you've missed the plot.
So I was gonna say, so
It took me 27 episodes to get into Attack on Titan.
yeah, so I'm saying, she felt like new people starting. I would literally say, if you like a good story, I'm saying good story, Attack on Titan.
I still think.
Hunter's too much. I said my hero.
Not in comparison
My
to
hero.
Attack on Titan.
Just for someone that's not used to watch anime before. You just
Send someone on new school.
watch no anime no more.
You got
my first recommendation to most people.
Unwritten rule, you cannot send nobody to the new school instantly.
No, you got to do
You have to
I said
send
the
them.
You warp their vision of anime.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
so true.
Because what I was about to say, Demon Slayer or something like that.
I said the real. That's what I'm
because even for me, like, I think anime is like Naruto and that is for someone to be there first in this day and age, it's just too much for them. You know what I mean? Because you got to commit a lot of time to watch 500-600 episodes or something. So I try and, like, my cousin asked me the other day, he watched Dragon Ball Daima, which is like what,
20 episodes, 20
in total. So like, he was like, what's something that I can watch that's kind of gonna, you know what I mean, let me break in. So I give him personally what I normally recommend for people was Samurai Champloo. It's very short, it's funny, it's got action,
Yeah, that's good.
and it's just
The music that you
the job is
relative to
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah,
man.
Cowboy
Bebop.
That's a great anime.
Again, music with the style.
Yeah, man. The old school anime is different.
The old school anime is different. It's very, bro.
Yeah.
You can't compete.
One, and I guess it depends who you're chatting to. And there's some people might have a bit different opinions on whether it's anime or not, but one of the first ones I guess I could say I probably looked at was Afro Samurai.
Yeah.
And I personally thought that was one of the best things I had watched at the time. Obviously, there's stereotypes as you go on later on, but
Are we
disregarding that.
because it's not Japanese, are we saying it's an anime?
Samurai Champloo is anime. It is.
Yeah.
Because it was a manga.
Afro Samurai.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Sorry.
No, you're
That's what
wrong.
I meant.
It's a manga.
It was a manga before, so it can be called anime.
I want it. I got the manga as well, to be fair. So yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, but I know why you say that.
And even the way like it's animated, the violence, the blood, you can put it next to any anime.
Like, it's too inspired.
Afro Samurai was cold, man.
And let's talk about where anime is going now, in a sense where prior to what we've been seeing in anime, it's been predominantly Japanese, right? Obviously, if you read manga, you would have come across manhwa, you would have come across manhwa, yeah? And for those for the viewers that don't know, you've got manga, which is Japanese, you've got manhwa, which is Chinese, and then you've got manga. What did I say? Manhwa, which is Korean, yes. It's even confusing. For just a reference, like if you're watching anime now, Solo Leveling is a Korean manhwa. Shangri-La is a Japanese manga, and the Super Cube is a Chinese manhwa. So I want to talk about the fact that right now we've got this anomaly that's going on within the anime industry that I feel like is it pivoting where we're seeing Demon Slayer may do more numbers than not Demon Slayer. We're seeing Solo Leveling do more numbers than Demon Slayer. And we're seeing now Superbox come out and it's causing a big hype for. I feel like firstly manhwa don't get that kind of hype that Superbox is getting in Supercube. So Supercube doesn't get that kind of hype. Manhwa doesn't get that kind of hype that Supercube's getting right now. Mm-hmm. Then obviously, like, I've never seen, in the time that I've been watching manga for like over 25 years, I've never seen a manhwa at forefront.
Even going for what you're saying, it's that when we first started watching anime wasn't cool. It wasn't cool to watch anime. It wasn't man watch anime. He was a neat. He was a neat. Now, this is the maddest thing. It's like now, man walk for the ends. They haven't watched anime. Well, people are more open about it now. Back in the day, if you watch anime, he was a quote-unquote neat. But it wasn't that. I just like anime, bro.
You're right, because I legit got a brethren, I won't say his name, but went to school with, and I was chatting to him about anime. Obviously, he's someone who's very much into it too, or he has been. And but when I first found out, I'm like, bro, you never spoke to man in school about this stuff. He's like, bro, in school it weren't cool. Like, I didn't know you watched it to start saying, yo, my bro, to the man that's I'm watching, innit? Like, I didn't know he was watching it too.
That man kept it undercover.
Yeah, literally. But it's not even like I was doing that. I guess at the time he's right. It's like he don't know I watch it. I don't know he watches this.
So you just kept it on
conversation. So I was like, well, I know man don't care for it anyway. So what am I talking about? You know what I mean?
So one sec. So what's your views now, Chris, on how is this situation transpiring? Like obviously you've had more skin in the game than all of us.
Yeah.
So how is this transpiring in the sense where like what do you feel is happening now? Is there a shift happening?
Yeah, I believe so. There's just, I don't know, there's something about manhwa, the Korean version, that reminds me of how things used to be. Yeah, it's a bit more direct, not afraid of violence, and there's less of a shonen feel about it.
It's like DC and Marvel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, I think manga's like got a bit carried away with the shonen vibe.
We've focused on that. It's and you're right with the DC and Marvel thing because it's almost like we're focusing too much on the comedy.
Yeah.
Right.
Rather than we're here for the
nitty gritty.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say all I want to see is smoke.
Yeah.
But I want to say is that
They're getting trapped with the isekais. They're getting trapped with trying to be the next big three, and no one's able to pull it off. Whereas
And that's
everybody else is coming up with original stuff.
I would say that is where manga went like a bit. It deviated because it was about like
trying to replicate the big three. Once they'd all kind of
and it's like
run their course,
and
who's next?
I'd go further than that to be like they're trying to be better than Goku.
Right.
Or you feel like everyone's trying to match that.
It's about your MC being stronger than Goku. Do you get me? Because let's be honest now, Bleach
everyone to go.
Bleach come in the game.
They compare Superman to Goku.
Yeah. Bleach come in the game trying to do the same thing. They wanted to make sure that Ichigo could stand with Goku. Do you think? 100%, bro. Like if you think about it as well, yeah, like between the big three, they was all there on the basis that they loved Dragon Ball Z, right? Dragon Ball Z was this thing.
It's the progenitor.
Yeah, right.
Dragon Ball Z is shonen.
The big three.
Dragon Ball Z is shonen.
Of course, but the big three all had their own niche, and that's why they stayed relevant.
100%. But behind the scenes though, they're still looking at it like let's be honest now. Luffy Gear 5, like the whole idea of it is Goku can't touch him.
Yeah, but in Bleach specifically, you know the palace in the power scaling in Bleach, even Ichigo, Endgame Ichigo, can't really chat to Goku. Only one that can really chat to him.
But if you look at how they try to portray it, they want him to touch it.
They want him to,
but that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying is like everything. It was about throwing the power system out to be better than Goku. Like I thought like that was quite clear in between Naruto, and it was about making sure that between all three of them, you can't touch like
the main guy.
And even going for what you said, you know that about manga and anime. The first manga that I read because the anime didn't finish. Yeah, like, when I got to the end of it, I'm like, bro, anything what's happened was Hitman Reborn.
Oh,
That's the first manga that I binged and banged.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm so upset they didn't finish it.
Oh, mate.
Hitman Reborn was one.
Was top tier.
But the biggest sadness that I've ever received in my life was Airgate.
Bro, and I read that as well. I read Egg as well.
It's cold, man.
Airgate was
so cold.
Airgate is the best anime that never finished.
Yeah, but same Hitman, Egg, all of them.
There's a few like that. No, well, I think the best anime that never finished is Hunter.
Oh, I still.
But we've still got promise.
Yeah, but
we've still got promise. We say
I'm not holding my breath. Yeah, but it's you know one chapter every 5 months or a month.
What do you? And hold on a second.
It's hard to hold on, man.
What do you guys think about this whole situation where it's like, do you think we should be held ransom? Because essentially, let's say man's holding us ransom. Yeah. Do you think we should be held ransom, or do you think they should give over creative to?
I can.
No. I understand why he doesn't want to.
Yeah, man. It's like your baby. As a creator, it's like your baby. You don't want no one else to take that.
But we're talking about you're ill. Yeah. You
can't
produce it. Like you can sit with somebody and tell them the story.
That's what. So it's the same with what Toriyama did with Tori. What's his name? Toriyama. Toriyama did with what's the new guy that's taken over?
Yeah, but we're talking. But again, that's only happened because of death.
That was saying to you, but my man's about to die.
Wait a minute, bro.
Hold on, man's about to die, bro.
He's got a wife that loves animals. I'm pretty sure, I don't want to get it wrong. I will say it for the sake of saying it, but does it do Sailor Moon?
No, so his wife.
But if you're already doing something else, she might be busy.
It's all about your creative vision.
I'd be honest.
If you've got a vision in your head, you're the only one that can see that. As much as you can explain it,
but saying to your babes that this is my baby and I need it to be.
Yeah, but no, but we're not.
Need to be calm and good, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
No, you know women are like, man.
Yeah, let's be real, right? Let's be real.
The whole story is
Let's be real, mate. Let's be real, yeah. Let's say
what episode is he getting cancelled? This one.
Was a pilot.
This one.
Let me just say that you pass the vision to someone else, right? And let's say you give them creative control, but you tell them this is how you want it to go. They're doing it, but now they've got creative control. They might be like, well, I want to tweak it here, I want to tweak it there. But as the original creator, you might want them to do that. But you've given them control. So I can understand why he might not want to do that. You know
So see, going off what you said, so remember Dragon Ball Daima? Obviously, Toriyama gave control over to Torotaro. Yeah, that's what I say, he says now. And even like then, have you seen Daima? Do you know when Vegeta turns Super Saiyan 3? Yeah. And the next episode after is Goku turns Super Saiyan 4. It's like, bro, Vegeta never gets his time to shine. Like, no, Toriyama takes it from every time, bro. Every time, bro. Yeah. Every time Vegeta gets a moment, Goku's outshining.
Vegeta's a low-key
even like with Tournament Power. Like, no, even if you read the manga, Vegeta type fucking Super Saiyan ego. It's obviously his version of Super Saiyan.
He's basically a main character.
Yeah, I'm saying to you, like, they don't put respect on his name. But
that's his position.
That's his angle. He's never the main guy.
This is what it is here. Like you lot can't have this motion where it's like you fall in love with this character that was meant to be number 2 and then hope that he becomes
number 1.
He's never gonna be number 1. Never.
Even the number 1 was supposed to be Gohan, and he never even got that.
See, that's get back to you. Trunks come back from the future. Let everyone know what's happened to Gohan. How cold my man's been. He's the reason why he's Trunks. And they just fuck him over.
There's never.
It's cool.
Change his mind, bro. Change his mind.
So, but hold on. Alright, cool. So let's get back to the manhwa argument. Yeah. So obviously, for me, I'm looking at it now like the character development, and it's all about like, and it's like Who was the footballer that done that news document the other day?
Gareth Southgate.
Yeah. So obviously they're saying that like, you know, men are like, losing their masculinity to porn and to
gaming and
right. But for me, I feel like that it's a situation where like, you know, it's all about you champion in their moments. Like obviously porn aside, like because it is what it is. Yeah, like that. You're right on that aspect, but gaming and these worlds that men are moving into, yeah, there's I feel like if you're not into it, you might not be able to see the value in it. But you're right now, everyone here plays games, right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man.
It's all about it's all about, and as with anything in life, right? It's all about what you actually put your attention into, right? Like it's about what you consume, right? You can sit there and go on Netflix and watch a bunch of freaking reality TV shows, or you can go onto Netflix and watch a bunch of shows about freaking becoming a CEO, and you can seriously like change up what you're doing, right? So my thing now is within the anime space, like I think that we have to be a lot more mindful of what characters we're championing, what we're actually bringing in, and this is why I feel like what Jinwoo's done, what they've done with Solo Leveling is phenomenal, because the character build up in Solo Leveling, and again, I'm gonna say it. I know nobody's gonna want me to say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm talking about the manga. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about anime because character development is different between the two. Yeah, the character development that we're seeing within that is a totally different thing than what we've been seeing in thing. And I think that the last time we saw that was with Tanjiro and Demon Slayer.
And going off what I said, do you see another anime that I respect for coming from a different angle that actually teaches you shit? If you actually take it, we'll take it in. Dr. Stone.
The youth are focused on TikTok, Insta, and it's more about the influencers, right? Which we all know. Instagram influencers are absolutely cack, right? They're showing you a slice of life that is it's not reality. It's not. Most of them ain't even there. It's not even their reality. Do you know what I mean? But I think that the great thing that anime shows, and we lot can obviously all say your piece, is that it actually has. And I think that for most of us, what are we cutting out the noise with real people and just going to the goals? In a sense where, like, you know, I mean, look at the type of role model that Naruto starts out as, and then where he goes in his journey, like when he ends Shippuden, and how he is you're now seeing him as a solid like father before he was a proper outcast. Which
that's why I like Naruto, because it's like it shows development. It's like not everyone starts out with everything given to them on the plate. And Naruto had nothing, no family.
Yeah, for me,
no mom, no dad.
For me,
nothing,
it's the kid that is literally thinking, I don't know what to do or how to be. And when they watch anime,
see yourself.
They can literally see like, oh, this guy, he's a loser. I might not be quite the same loser he is right now, but look at him. He's working his butt off, putting his heart and soul into being
what he believes
a better person.
What he believes in.
And so for them to see that, that's inspiring.
Yeah, you take something from it.
That's what I said. Out of all the animes, Naruto is the one that literally says to you, boom, like, whatever you want to do, believe in your shit and go for it. Everyone told him, you're not going to be Hokage.
Yeah.
You're not going to be shit. I think with everything, they said it's opposite. He wouldn't have done it.
And One Piece,
same thing.
Luffy's like,
same thing.
Have a vision and everybody else, I'm going to go for that.
To touch on you lot talking about Naruto, I think the reason why it's a good point is because, like you said, you started off as an outcast, but at the same time, the whole village is just, bear in mind, it's a secret from the village, by the way. But everybody in the village don't like my man. Yeah. He don't even know why. You know what I mean? He feels like, I'm just me. And I think that's a lot of people out there in this world. They're just living their life, not normally different, but they've got a lot of judgment on them because they might be a little bit different.
It also shows a transition story as well from like being someone that's completely isolated and alone, no friends or nothing, or people maybe just like intentionally being nasty to you, which can kind of happen in life, like in a work setting or a school setting. You might have people that are just inherently negative towards you for no apparent reason or reason that you don't know. And then it goes from him having that to then becoming a success, and then the complete opposite of people like then coming to him and being like, oh, you're the savior.
And it's also that motion as well, where it's like I like for me with One Piece and with Naruto, it's that whole, like, when you listen to how they talk about themselves, they're instilling that vision, they're instilling that mindset within themselves, like constantly. Like anybody asks them what they're doing, like they let you know what they're on. But not only that as well, like, because the whole laws of attraction, like it's a situation where a lot of people have this conception where it's like, you know, as long as I talk a certain way, and as long as I meditate in a certain way, then things are going to happen. But what them man are on is affirmative action throughout. And it's not just about talking about it, it's about being action. About it.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Never see yourself down either.
Yeah, so
Never. Neither did Luffy. Neither did Luffy.
Very true.
They never.
Very true.
You get me? It was about being the Pirate King and the Hokage.
So same like what both of you are saying. What anime even teaches you is like, bro, believe in your shit. Everyone else, the people will put you down every single day. As long as you believe in what you believe in, that is it.
And then,
as long as you put in the effort that matches the energy that you want to put out to people, you're going to get to where you need to get to. Because even in
it brings back to that whole role model thing where it's like these are solid role models that for us, like I know us man out here, we've all come from, you know, either East London or South London, and for us, it's like a situation where like we all could have been on the streets, right? Every single one of us could have been on the streets, but there was
chapters and stuff.
we've all got that common ground here, that there was that something that we locked into, and I believe for all of us it was anime that we all locked into, that drew us into a whole different direction. And I genuinely feel like I definitely took my role models from anime, because for me, I know that every which way that I conducted my life, it was all about being superhuman. It was never about being human. It was always about being different, the upper echelon.
It's like, bro, like where you're from is your product of your environment. That is literally it. So it's like, see, anime, it's like when you was growing up, anime was quote unquote for nerds or neeks. But it's like, as you get older, you talk to more people, it's like, bro, everyone watches anime. But growing up, no one wanted to admit it. But even like me, I might talk to certain people, they'll be like, oh, so you watch anime? I'm like, yeah, I watch anime. It's like, I'm not embarrassed. Like, certain people are embarrassed to say, oh, I watch anime or this and that. Bro, not me. I want to talk to me, you don't. I couldn't give a shit what you think about me because I watch anime.
So, like, what
like,
these...
That's literally it. Like, certain people will try and draw you out and be like, oh, it's a cartoon or this and that. Bro, what I do in my spare time and what I enjoy to watch is down to me. Like, you cannot make me feel small or feel like a neek or individual. Like, no way.
People might say you can't take role models from something that's like fiction.
Yeah, fiction, exactly.
But you don't have to take it literal as a role model. You just take the values that they have and instill it to your daily life, and from then you can grow. And what was you gonna say?
Well, it's literally, that's it. These kids have a channel. They can like channel their focuses and watch an anime that will literally teach them how they can change their lives.
So then, wait, hold on. So then, okay, cool. I know you're a dad to two beautiful girls, right?
Yeah.
What's the first anime that you like? If you could pick any anime that they lock into and they find a role model from, who
to teach them
any kind of values that you think is important.
That's a good question.
Where were you directing them?
So Naruto and One Piece are great examples. It's like, I know there's a lot of violence in them, but they'd learn a lot of things.
Yeah.
I could show them. I would love for them to like be able to have a vision in their mind, just go get it. Action. I feel like as well. Like, I mean, even though One Piece shows a bit of gore, like it shows a bit of blood. Like Naruto, again, a little bit of blood, maybe. Yeah. But it's not like it's not that, like, it's not outlandish to be like, you know, you I mean, once they hit a certain age, you can police that kind of thing. Like what you see in there, it's not, there's not really people. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Apart from Ace and Whitebeard, there's not too many deaths.
Yeah, there's not too many. But that's what makes One Piece so impactful. Yeah, because people don't die like that, and when they do, they don't make it.
It's a big thing.
It's a big thing, and that's what it is. It's real life. Like in most of animes, people die every episode. It's nothing. Like you literally struggle by a person died. Like in One Piece, you watch 500 episodes, no one dies. Like no one dies.
People get knocked out.
Yeah,
they go jail, end up in impaled down.
But that's how the real world should work, innit? You should be able to go have a straight now. Not man up, for real. Pick man up and be like, you know you was wrong, right?
And this is why Chris said. This is what Chris said. This is why One Piece is so relatable, because it's like it's real life concepts. Yeah. It's not just like every day someone's dying, because someone don't die that you know every day.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
I mean, there's something to be said about loyalty.
Exactly that.
About looking after your friends and family.
That. And
there's no other anime better than One Piece that shows.
Alright, cool. Alright, cool. So we spoke about One Piece. We spoke about Naruto. Yeah. I want to now bring you guys over to. I know we've all been reading it, and I want to bring you guys over to what I think is personally freaking for particularly for the black youth growing up as well. I think it's like gonna be the key to how new role models come into different spaces for like more diverse culture, in terms of like, you know, actually having like some representation whereby, like, I mean, how many animes did we grow up with where we could see us?
Barely. 2 or 3. Like I said before,
barely.
One of the first things, I think I've talked to like everyone about this before, but like Afro Samurai.
But I think there's like 5, right? So what? Afro Samurai, Boondocks. Are we casting Boondocks?
100%. No, do you know what it is? What? No.
I wouldn't cast Boondocks.
Okay, cool.
But for the culture,
For the culture, yeah. So for the culture,
And
So
the
we
person
got-
who created Boondocks is definitely somewhat inspired by anime. So
Cool, understood.
It's not anime.
Oh yeah,
but
1,000,000%.
so we got Boondocks, we got Cannon Buster. We've got Yasuki.
Would you say One Piece? Because Usopp is supposedly.
I feel like that it's like a situation where, like, in terms of that kind of, for me, the whole, like, when I see representation where we've got big noses and stuff like that, like, for me, it's not my guys. They're not my guys. Yeah,
it's the stereotypical.
like, I'm not trying to show my kids Usopp and be like,
That's us. I hear it. No, I hear it.
correct. So whenever I watch stuff, whenever I watch stuff, I always have to be like, you know, like, how would I show this to my kids? Like, do you get me? Is that something that can translate? And if it can't, then for me, it's not for us. It's not that. But so obviously, Ordeal from Brent Bristol, like. It's a thing. It's definitely a thing, right? I want to see dude do well, and this is why we obviously chose to spotlight this in this podcast, right? So first things first, what's Ordeal?
Great body of work. Greatness. It's probably my most favorite thing right now. And in a long time, because for the first time, I can literally see myself in a manga, manhwa,
Webtoon, whatever you want to call it.
The first time I can see myself, and it's so strange. Like, it hit me. It's like, wow, this is powerful stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're drawn so beautifully. He does such a fantastic job. The artwork is phenomenal.
Emotion.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm reading it and I can see what's going on.
See if I had bread, I'll give you money to animate.
Yeah.
Listen.
By the time I see Trinidad and Tobago, I say, Port of Spain, yeah? I'm ready, you know? Hey, listen, look at the dress, you know? I could be little
Young Shay, yeah? So for those that don't know, Ordeal is a webtoon created by Brent Bristol. Now Brent Bristol's made this body of work, right? He's on season 3 right now. It's a webtoon set in Trinidad, whereby I think when it first came out, people was relating it to like My Hero Academia or whatever, because there's a vast amount of characters and power systems. But the power scaling, for me, I feel like the power scaling in there is
Perfect.
it's gone clear. It's gone clear. Like the last time I saw power systems as good as that, I would say Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say that it's better than Hunter x Hunter, because Hunter x Hunter's power system is phenomenal. Yeah, so I'm not gonna. I don't want to take away from the mangaka's work there. But Brent Bristol, firstly, he's not Japanese. Secondly, he's American, right?
I think he's from Trinidad.
From Trinidad.
What? Like, he lives in Trinidad.
I don't know if he lives there.
Yeah, he's from Trinidad. He's from Trinidad, but I'm sure he lives in America. Yeah. So I back what you say. Yeah, I back what you say, and I raise you that I want Nani to animate it. Yeah, and so Brett Charles. Yeah? So, but obviously, like. For those who haven't seen it, obviously there's three series right now, and what Brent's done is he's made this world where for the first time in a very long time, you're seeing diversity and representation and inclusion within anime, within a webtoon, whereby, like, you know, we here as a group of strong black men are like, wow, like this is what it is. Like I don't feel like I've been stereotyped. I'm reading it and I'm seeing language from the culture.
Even down to the tamarind balls.
You understand?
You know what I mean? Like, I was like, yo,
Like, and it resonates, right? It resonates, right? But I think it's in, like, obviously for all of us, it's gonna have something different. So I'm gonna let the room take over, and you guys go on. You got something to say? I know you do.
Yeah, do you know what it is? For me, Ordeal was the first thing that actually made me switch my preference. I know that for some of the people at home, have conversations with the group about Afro Samurai being a great reputation. When we talk about representation in the culture, I've been like, well, you got Afro Samurai, like, that's cold. What do you mean, man? Man's got black nose, you know what I mean? And all of that. But I never realised that it could be done, representation could be done in a
Without a spliff.
Yeah, no, stereotypical because that's what I said. The stereotypical black people is weed, violence.
even before that, you just go big nose, big lips.
Yeah.
And the suit in his mouth.
Mr. Popo.
And the suit.
Mr. Popo. We talk about Mr. Popo, bro.
100%.
This black purple skin, big lips.
And the suit.
Broken family homes as well.
Yeah, legit. Because like my man, again, Afro Samurai, I was looking at it from a perspective of, wow, like, again, I still have got with all the mafia stuff. Afro Samurai is smoky. My man's legit lost his dad. Again, stereotype. My man got father around. Yeah, I mean,
Same with.
Do you know the only thing though that I blind with that is most animes don't have their father around.
Yeah,
That's a running trait. It's a running systematic trait. Like, it doesn't matter whether or not you're.
The one thing I'll say is, like you said, cool. A lot of them ain't got their fathers. But a lot of them don't come from like the greatest backgrounds. So it's like when you see a black character in anime, he's not come from the greatest backgrounds. It's not necessarily a stereotype. It is because what we know of in life, but
the agenda.
As far as anime goes, it's like, bro, that's how the main MCs come in.
Yeah, they normally have some kind of struggle.
Yeah, man. Like even Ordeal, it's like his family. I don't want to give no one any spoilers, but his family was there at a certain point in time. But where he was so young, he never really internalized that. You know what I mean? But again, the main point is the way Ordeal presents itself. I never realized that representation could be done in that way, where I can actually look
and done so well.
And more so, you didn't even clock that you needed it.
Yeah, because legit, I was like, Afro Samurai. My man was like, that's calm.
Even Yasuke on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's again, like, it's a representation, but it follows that stereotype.
He's another black man in Japan.
Yasuke was a token. That was a token type.
It was still good for what it was. It was still good.
There's the term for that is called magical Negro. It's a term. It's a term.
No, it is a legit term.
Just to clear up. Yasuke was an actual figure.
He was. No, we know.
As much as the representation looks a certain way,
it's factual to a degree.
Yeah.
I agree, but I feel like the way that they presented Yasuke with the story, it's like they presented it like we was gonna see that, and then when they showed us it, it was like, oh no, this isn't my man's story. Really and truly, you've taken a sliver out of it.
Just gave the man a story.
Yeah. And then you just started giving us robots. You made a fantasy world around it.
Anyway. We're back to Ordeal because that is what we're here to.
That's the spotlight.
Great representation.
What? So where are you now? Season?
Approaching the end of season 2.
Slacking.
And obviously, I feel like you're
I've been on holiday, forgive me.
You're a manga don. Like, I feel like out of everybody, you read the most.
So I read a lot of manga, manhwa.
What are you rating it?
What? Ordeal? To be honest, I thought it was a slow burner. When I was like, I got to like 50, 60 chapters and I kind of took my foot off the gas, but then I started picking it up, leading towards today. And it's actually very, 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 very well written. Like the twists and turns that have happened recently, like in the beginning and middle to season 2, I didn't actually see coming. And it kind of made me give Brent a bit more respect.
That's what I like, because it doesn't feel like the same stuff that we've been.
It doesn't.
It's like it's actually got some serious twists and turns.
Prior to season 2, prior to season 2, I thought, well, I could probably predict how this is going to go. And then when I started reading season 2, I was like, well, I actually can't. Like, this is well written. Fair play.
I just want to say one thing. Yeah, Brent is the only person, and can I say history? He's the only person in the history of my life that has depicted black love in a way that I want to see it.
Yes.
With Shane's parents.
And maybe.
Bro,
Leon Summers.
No spoiler.
Wait, so what?
Just know.
When you say that.
No, you ain't seen it. Just know. You ain't seen it. Just know.
I'm going to spoil
Just know.
He's got
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't spoil it.
The viewers don't know why we'll do it.
Don't do it.
I don't know why it is.
Yeah, no. Because you won't, like, you have to read it in the moment, because it's like it's the most, like, what Brent's done there. And Brent, if you're actually locked into this at any point, yeah. I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
As someone that reads a lot of manga, I'll actually give that 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
You don't know what's coming.
It's a little bit of a slow burner, isn't it?
No,
Do you know what? Though?
See what you said at first.
Season 1 is a little bit of a slow burner.
It took me so long because I stop.
Yeah.
Then when you actually lock in, that.
See, I feel different. I thought the pacing was.
No, you're right. But watch this. I can agree with these men only because the first season. Remember when you first put me on it.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, by the way. But when you first put me on it, yeah. I got up to the point with no spoilers. I got up to the point when there was a tournament. That's what I'm.
Right.
Leo down, doing what he was doing, and now he's gone into a tournament. Yeah. And that tournament, before I saw the little first, before like anything got given, I saw what was going on, and I felt, I've not fell off, but I kind of just stopped. And then when you was like, "Well, bro, you ain't tuning in, like, you better get into that," you know. I started watching it again, and then when things are given, that's when I was like, "Oh my days!" Like,
give man his flowers.
I didn't expect it.
He's written it well.
And it keeps just going. The pace.
It's
just
the pace is.
After that,
I read that in one go.
What, from start to finish, you just went bang.
Bro, listen. It was like one of them situations where, like, we found out about it, and then I threw it into the group, and I was asking him, "Yo, what episode you on?" And he was like, "I'm on like 20," and I was like, "I'm on 50." And then I was like, "What episode you on?" He was like, "I'm on 50." I was like, "I'm on 100." He was like, and from he heard where I was on, he was like, "Okay, cool, I'm locking in now." Forget. He was like, "Forget about it." And then it was just like, that was done.
What's Chris?
So before we wrap up here, I'm gonna let everybody just say their last little pieces about it. Yeah, but my thing for it is that, as an anime illustrator and as a character designer, yeah, what you see Brent do with the emotion, like the detail that he puts in the character design and the emotion, the outfits, like all of that, right? Like it's not something that you see in a general day-to-day basis.
What I would say, sorry to cut off, let you continue. What I would say with Brent, you can see that he's well seasoned in anime. He's read or watched a lot.
100%.
To build the characters in the way that he's done, he must be very knowledgeable on the subject.
He knows what he's doing. And his creative vision is top tier, because, as I said to you, like, for me, I am the first person that's going to be, and he will tell you many times on this episode, yeah, I don't like much, yeah. Like, I will watch stuff and I'll be like, yeah, cool, but could have done this, could have done that.
We'll just have to slag it off.
Because to pick it apart.
It feels like that. But when you're a connoisseur, yeah, you don't just drink wine because it's wine, innit? Yeah, like you get me. You want to see something surpass. Yeah. You get me?
Yeah.
So now for me, Brent's gone above and beyond. So I'm gonna let. What have you got to say?
Well, listen, like, if you are a young man, like, these characters are young men. They're men. Right? This is not like a Naruto, a One Piece vibe. These are black men, and they're still growing. They're going through their trials and tribulations. Mm-hmm. Black love in there. There's everything you can possibly imagine. Everything you've been longing for, right, is in Ordeal. and watch it because it's the best thing out there. Like for me, it's the best thing.
No, it's the best thing I've read in years. 100%. 100% is. I read a lot of math. It's definitely that. It's definitely top tier. I'll give it 10 out of 10. Yeah, just keeps it. Like Jay said, the first few chapters, I would say the first 40. So, but once you get past that, it's that piece of great body of work. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like for us to get past chapter 40, 50, you're gonna be reading non-stop.
Yeah, it starts opening up.
Non-stop. You're gonna be awake to 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll tell you that.
All right, listen, guys, we're gonna wrap up there. I'm gonna close on the fact that Brent, shout out for the anime. All right, guys, that's been Nani Talks for today. Thank you for listening. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, and by the way, let us know what you want to hear from us for the next episodes. Yeah, to myself, TC Division,
Quantum One,
Tunes,
Slick.
JR.
Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
All right, guys, so that's been Nani Talks for today. Yeah, that's from myself, TC Division. Let's run it again.
Don't worry, we're gonna get it.
Alright guys, that's been Nani Talks for today. That's from myself, TC Division.
Quantum One,
Tunes, go.
Slick.
Oh, JR.
Run it! Get it!
That's how you go off the stage. I do get it.